My name is Francis Aradhya, and I live in Bangalore in the Camping community. And we are practicing together social therapy. How does spirituality help us to discover our true self? Wonderful question. Well, spirituality addresses the spirit in us. Spirit in us is the carrier of our destiny. And I would say if one wants to find peace with one's destiny, then there should be an awareness of the one who carries the destiny and the destiny matters. If that is not like experienced in, in a way that you know what is what, then you cannot come to peace with your destiny because then you are the destiny, but you are not the carrier. Yes. So the spirituality will help us to become strong because there is the most healthy part of ourselves, the wholesome part, the spirit part, we discover the spirituality part. And that leads us to an understanding of what we carry in life. So I have to simplify it. Simplify, I feel it is like how the Bhagavad Gita teaches us that the true self is maybe not even completely here. The true self has a spiritual origin, but it is the one that the simply is carrying our destiny, our karma, our destiny. And the true self needs to be understood as the carrier. And what we carry is our destiny matters. That includes all the matters of life, that includes our handicaps, that includes our crisis, that includes our illnesses, everything that comes on our way. But we have to see that that comes through the spiritual path. The distance between carrier, our higher self, and the destiny matters that we have to carry in this life. So, easier, reader? I really personally believe that the word disability is man-made. I don't think it's real. I feel it created by God, love, energy, or universe is already perfect and meaningful in its own way. I believe that too. I would say that disability, the word disability, is actually a term that can maybe understand best from a biological point. Because if we look, for example, at the animal kingdom, in a nest of dogs, one dog is born with disabilities. The mother dog pushes the doggy out. It will make it to die. It will not feed it. It will refuse that. That is where nature is selecting like that. In nature, it will select which one is going to survive, which one can exist according to the natural laws. That is where discipline comes in. That something is not able to live. But in human kingdom, that is different because we have this spirit. like we had in the first question.
And
They don't have spirit. They have a soul, but not spirit. Spirit is very much connected to our divine nature. And it is a possibility for humans to facilitate that divine aspects into our free will and into our responsibility. We have that possibility. While a dog can never be free and responsible outside of its own species. Someone that is a soul quality. The dogs have a soul quality. They are doing what a dog is supposed to do, instinct driven, and it is decided for a dog the moment it's born how it will live. It has no choices. While humans have spiritual power and they can actually make choices. I am going to be this. I am going to be that. I am going to live happily or I'm going to live in a miserable way. Or I am going to do this. I'm going to commit this crime or I'm going to do this deed. All these different choices human beings have. That is spiritual. That is spirit initiative. That comes from that part of us which is connected to the spirit of life. I would say. Even the biggest things you mentioned God. We can say, oh, like anything which is, yeah, but anything that is alive in the nature is God given. As you said, everything there is good as it is. If something is not good, people will not live. But in our human context, we can modify a lot of things. Look at them and yourself, how you are able to communicate beautifully through the help of artificial intelligence, computers, and etc. So instead of this is not you are limited by something of speech, you are able to speak because there is a modification. Your freedom comes because of that spiritual capacity that we create modifications, we create acceptance, we create a much wider context for life than maybe than what is given from us naturally. We are able to go beyond. Why many people believe that disability is bad luck. But if you think about it deeply, which you have done, and you observe people, I would say it is a disturbed way of saying I don't have the capacity to embrace something which is unusual. People like to have things traditionally, profitably, recognizable, predictable. Uh, people want always to have things that they have a control over. That makes life go easier. If there comes an unusual thing that I will have to walk with you, I have to walk and be patient when we go together. That is an effort on my side. If I'm willing to do it, then there is no disability. Because the disability is not with you, it's with me. If I cannot tolerate, if I have to adjust my speed, if I want to walk with you, I have to adjust my speed. If I want to walk with you, if I'm able to do that, if I am able to modify my behavior, then we both are fine. Because you walk slow and I can manage that. Yeah, that you walk slowly is just a fact. But the disability would be with me if I can't adjust. Yes, that's it. That is where people say disability comes in because they cannot manage to embrace something different. Super. I know. I have thought about this many, many times. And I know it myself. When I fail to care for an unusual expression of humanness, and I know that I have to develop this. Yes. Why people tell people with disability, you are like this, you are like that, you are like this. Why not? No. Again, with this dealing with insecurity, unpredictability is nerve-wracking for people. They rather define you than to leave it over. So, in that sense, if I define you or you define me, according to me, I can manage with you, you can manage with me. But if we don't do that, I leave you free, you leave me free. Lot of questions will come, lot of surprises will come. That's healthy. But we are usually uncomfortable with all these questions again. And therefore, I say to you what you are. Then I am at ease. Then we are not, yeah, if we are not doing that, then we are, but if we do that, I define you. Correct. Absolutely. That was that is not equal. Absolutely not equal. Therefore, to live with surprises, to live with unpredictabilities, and that is actually important. Why people say it's very painful. And that is, yeah, yeah. Why people tell to you, yeah, yeah, but now because you asked that question, uh, can we have a better life next time? And why not now? Why not now? Yeah, that has again to do with lot of conditioning in our behavior. Our psychology is very conditioned, not the least by economy, by money making. If we go mainstream, we say there is mainstream and people who are not in the mainstream. That mainstream, if you look at it, it is actually the kingdom of king economy. How to make money? Anybody cannot make money falls out of the mainstream. No, it's not only about money, but that is our conditioned behavior in general. That everything we choose, education, our partners, our life situation, we choose. So economy is settled. But see, there are many, many ways to live your life. Many ways to live. People who cannot earn that much of money, usually they say that life is useless. Useless. They are not in the mainstream. Yeah, the people who put you out. Yes, they move you outside of mainstream. But in the mainstream, I don't know if quality of life is anything. It is usually the people where who know what is vulnerability. where actually you're opening to new full life values. Well, it depends where comfort comes from. If you have worked hard for it, reach it, then you're not reaching that comfort. But if it is given to you, then it makes it lazy. If you inherit a lot of things from your parents or somehow that it comes to you, you don't work for it, definitely it will do this. Everybody has to see that in your journey, whether you reach comfort or not, you are progressing in your personal development. Your personal development is more important than anything else. If we grow, there comes meaning. When there comes meaning, there will be peace. Because if you have a meaningful life, then you can rest in that meaning. It has to have meaning. Whether you are very comfortable or not, even very uncomfortable can still see a lot of meaning in it. If you have a lot of trouble, still meaning can be experienced. If you have only comfort, you enjoy life, it's somehow meaning can be missing in that. Totally. So it's not about comfort and not comfort, but it is about am I personally developing myself? Is there meaning in it? I should grow. If we grow, we are happy. Inwardly, we need to grow. Outwardly, that's another thing. Inwardly, isn't that gives meaning of it. Then it is not saying, oh, I need to do it next time. Next time it will be good. No. Now, this time, however it is given, whatever conditions we be, now we have to search for meaning. Now, this time. Not next time. No. Meaning. Any life has meaning, but we have to find meaning. Oh. Oh. By accepting, by going deep inside, I see many people are afraid of pain. I mean, I'm also afraid of pain. I'm also afraid of pain. But the discomfort that we have, the pains we have, if we accept them, then they are part of this journey, then we can embrace closer the meaning because pain is not for nothing. What do they say? Without pain, no gain. That's simple thing. But it's so cool. I go with that. I hope that the most extraordinary people who have gone through hell, they know what is pain. They know what it means to be in the dark. They know what it means to be depressed. They know what it means to be utterly vulnerable. Those people, when they rise with that heart open. This way can transform our heart. And that is not but this invisible people, many invisible, they are not big shouters in the society. They are not coming on loud, but in their own way, they are great protectors of this life force, love. They do it. They're very silent. How can we make this life beautiful in our own way? Yeah, I think I try to tell that just now. This meaning. Meaning is connecting yourself. How to find the meaning. Somehow I think our meaning lies in our. I think so. That in an isolated way, I think we cannot find our meaning. But out the meaning of my life comes to me by the people who come. The people that I am connected, people who give me feedback about what who I am. Mm. Mm.